He's a big guy and can fill it up too. When he was at Canisius, scored 7 goals against Marist in 2023, so you can't let him get hot.
23 seconds to shoot, so plenty of time for Rutgers. Now Cardilla going to get things started. Zeller. Get that left hand free, couldn't do it. Now a little more urgency with 10 to shoot. Zeller's just going to have to let it fly. And he does on the run, and he scores!
This is
just
big
as the
for
shot
Rutgers.
clock was winding down, Cart.
Absolutely. You think they have to rush it to beat the shot clock, but Colin Zeller gets to the middle of the field. If you're Johns Hopkins, you have to squeeze him down the alley there. He's got such a great angle after that roll dodge. But Jelinas, I don't like his 60% on the road in his first start. Gave them a little bit of a punch in terms of some stability down low. And with Stout's health in question, it looks like Jelinas can continue to roll if he plays at the level that he played last week against Navy.
Here's Bauer. Gets a check from his teammate before he checks out. On the run, Ayers. Wide open shot and goal. Brooks English, his 7th of the year, knocks this game at 1 apiece.
He's having a heck of a year, Cotter. Brooks English, 7th goal. He's got 14 assists, tremendous vision. Last week against Navy, though, he showed some goal-scoring ability with the 2 goals and 1 assist. And with no Russell Melendez, you want a big, heavy dose of Brooks English. 25 in white, maybe the most cerebral offensive player for Peter Milliman. No one picks him up, he steps and rips. Blue Jays answer with a little English.
Great smash. Cut to the net, behind the back shot. Looked like it might have gotten a little bit of a piece of pipe. Dilla couldn't finish. Rutgers the other way, or I should say Hopkins. On for it. It's Rawson. Behind the cage, here's Eiler.
The other piece of Eiler not having Melendez, Eiler's going to get a #1 defender on him now, right? So when Melendez comes back, that frees up Eiler, and he has a much more success rate or opportunity for success against the second option of the defender.
Wide open shot, score! No one thought to pick up Sean Krogan. He got a point-blank shot at Stoller, and he buried it.
The timing in the substitution game, you see Krogan just flying off the midfield because they used the box and manipulated the sub game, and it gave him about a 7-yard start.
It's called NASCAR, but this is like NASCAR under a yellow flag.
Yeah, it's NASCAR from defense to offense, but then it's kind of
down.
Yeah, the transmission drops when it gets into the offensive end.
Great look inside, feed, and score!
That's Charlie Eiler, and that is spectacular, and you hope he's okay. But that's not Eiler on the floor. That's another Hopkins player right there that could be nicked up.
Could have had a collision on the far side. Trying to get a number. That's the last thing that Coach Millman wants to see right now is another one of his players on the floor.
Especially on the offensive end. They've been nicked up, well documented with the loss of Russell Melendez. I see a 1 there. Yeah, it could be 91 Chavette. Just by the angle of him being on the ground, it's hard to see.
I believe it is 91 Chavette. That's Hunter Chavette, so another attackman. Let's take a little look at that goal.
Chavette makes the pass, and Eiler, the patience of Eiler. If he catches that ball, Cotter, right away and shoots, he gets stuffed by Stoller. But he makes Stoller go from pipe to pipe, and while he slow down their coursework and spend 5-6 years at the school.
And yet, here we are with Princeton, losing all that talent, still a top 5 team in the country.
Credit to Coach Madelon. He's been amazing finding talent and developing. Last year, Cotter, they had 7 starters from Princeton on other tournament teams. 7. So imagine giving Princeton, who was a playoff team, those extra 7 guys who were all starting on other playoff teams.
Yeah, it'd been amazing. Tip of the cap to Coach Madelon for sure. Great cut, great score! Hayden Summer on the receiving end of that beautiful pass. That looked like Cardilla who fed him in the middle.
He's the one guy, as you see him finishing, that I think has a little bit of Ross Scott pop in him in terms of his footwork and his explosiveness. But this time he does it off ball, and their best offensive player, Colin Cardilla, his head is up, he dissects the defense, and he sees that pressure. You see 2-3 white jerseys that are attracted to 88 in red. A shot area that he continues to pound because defenders are flying out after him. He's created some dodging opportunities.
Chauvette's kid from Ohio, went to Culver. Here he is, up top. Ball movement, which Millman likes to see in this offense.
That's a good slide. That is a very good slide, Cotter. Like, it's physical, it's timed properly. This defense has brought it, man. This defense has done their job in 2025.
Great move to get open. Tough angle shot and scores. There's Eiler again.
So, Cotter, I'm watching the Virginia game when Melendez gets hurt, and Charlie Eiler makes some plays. I'm saying to myself, how has he not been on the field before? And then the following week, he crushes it up in the dome with 4 points with moves similar to this. He has that pop. He has that explosive ability.
Howell, Summer, and company counter. With 17 minutes in between their first and second goals. Shorten that up considerably here. Summer, Texas kid, also went to Culver. California kid scoring on the other end. Here's Summer from Texas. Good feet inside, nowhere to go with it. That's good ball movement, though. That's NASCAR offense. Shoot, score!
It's a nice rip by Aiello. The ball movement starting to spin a little bit. You get Hopkins reeling defensively. And then the big lefty, just a freshman, he can hammer it from the outside. You give him that much time, that much room, no pressure on the gloves. How about Cardilla, too? He feels...
Murphy. Dance by his opponent with the short stick. That time Cardilla couldn't get enough on the shot. Race for it. Won by Zeller and Rutgers. For those of you new to the sport, on a shot, whether it goes out on the end line or a sideline, player closest to the ball as soon as it goes out of bounds gets possession. That was Rutgers. Tied up. That's that young man from Texas again. That's 2 straight for Hayden Summer.
He's making a case to stay on the field. Summer had only 2 goals heading into today's contest, the 6 assists. Has the playmaking ability and the vision as a passer today. He's lighting it up as a scorer. 3 in red, giving them some purpose, some life. We're all tied up down at home. Big spot today in New Haven, playing Yale in conference in the Ivy League. Don't forget about Coulter Mackesy. He's got maybe the sweetest shooting stroke you've seen. I mean, it's effortless and absolutely hammers it. But there's a couple other players, too. You got Logan McNaney, he plays for the #1 Terps. They have their backs against the wall down in College Park against Michigan. Michigan's had Maryland's number the last few years. And then you have Sam King, who's putting up monster numbers for Harvard, and Chris Kavanaugh, for my money, in May. Who's going to bet against that guy from Notre Dame?
Yeah, Michigan right now leading Maryland 10-8 in the fourth quarter, start of the fourth. Rutgers trying to get another one here. The Knights have no quit in them at all. Colin Cordilla. And just like that, Rutgers is back on top as Maryland is finding out right now at home against Michigan. You better lace them up every single game in league play. Otherwise, you're going to get burned. The margin of error is razor thin here, Carl.
Pilato with a great face-off win, and credit Rutgers when you...
Rutgers on a 4-1 run, and Hopkins continues to turn the ball over far too frequently. Substitution out of the box. Collison thought he might step in and let it rip. Instead, he pulls it out. Chauvet banged up earlier in the game. Good to see 91 back in. 30 seconds to shoot for Collison. Good look. Chauvet tried to improve his angle. Better defensive job. Cutting inside. Score. That was Dylan Bauer. Great look to find him cutting. Hopkins levels it up at 5.
You know, Chauvet's not known as an elite passer, but he has today 2 terrific assists. One to Charlie Eiler, this one to Dylan Bauer. He's got the short stick, so now he knows he has the eyes of the defense. You have to support that matchup if you're Rutgers. Who's sliding? Looks like they're still in a man. And this is a really, really good unit. Jimmy Ryan's done a fabulous job coaching the defense at Rutgers. This is their strong suit.
Ayers completeness on the far side. Collison. Haven't seen that big rip yet from him today. Now he takes one. Now he scores. Well, it took almost a half before 16 was finally able to find the back of the net. But with 13.3 remaining in this first half, he's given Hopkins the lead back.
What an absolute beast. You know, we're talking about who demands a slide. Right now, the defender is not beat. Spillane is not beat. That's actually good defense. But this is, honestly, how do you...
It's a one-goal game with Hopkins on top, and these stats would certainly lead you to believe so.
And it's allowing Rutgers to hang around. And we mentioned it's the start of conference play, Big Ten lacrosse. Give this young team a reason to believe, right? Like they've taken it on the chin at 4-5, but Coach Breck's message all week is the start of a new season, Big Ten play. And all these young first and second year players, the Cordillas of the world, the Carden Stolers of the world, they now have the needed experience to get into Big Ten play and match a team like Johns Hopkins.
Face-off violation by Callahan to start this second half, and a great start for Rutgers, like they started the first half. This time it's Cordilla who buries it, and we're right back to even.
The second time, Cotter, because of the switch from midfield to attack, he is settled and situated off a quick whistle to let it fly. He's had 2 righty hammer shots from the outside off of a face-off wing and a quick whistle, which has allowed him to set his feet. If he was playing his regular midfield spot like last year, he's not on the field in those moments because he's substituting through the box.
Callahan couldn't take that draw because of the violation last time out, so instead, it's Rutgers who gets it, and it's Pilato who gives the Scarlet Knights the lead. A dream starts in the second half. For Rutgers on the road, they retake the advantage.
Grad student out of Union College going to the banks for his last year of eligibility. 6 nationally in face-off wins. D1 has not been...
Pass with the clear. Cordilla.
He's got Scott Smith on him. He's been an eraser this season, 18 in white. Don't see much success with Cordilla in the dodge game. He's been able to score and make some great passes but not from separating from Smith. Smith is, without a doubt, playing like a first-team All-American this season for the Jays.
Summer skips it all the way to the far side. Wide open look, and it's Kelly who buries it. What kind of a game does Hayden Summer have?
Took the words right out of my mouth. You know, they platooned him a little bit at attack in midfield. I think he looks like a version of Ross Scott, right? He's got the vision, he's got the 2 goals here. Possibly keep him on the field and pair him a little bit with Curdilla and then Aiello on the left side. That goes regular old Rutgers in 2025. Well, they flipped the script since shooting 1 for 10. They're 7 of their last 10, Cotter.
And they forged this 2-goal lead. Patient on offense. Still got 30 seconds. Oh, in a little bit of trouble. Got it to Richmond. Second midfield unit on here for the Knights. Attila. Nothing doing. Here's Richmond. Coming upfield. Good look. Shot, score! Colin Kelly. Well, Jelinas got the better of him on his last couple of shots, Clark, but that time Kelly wasn't going to make the mistake again.
The Duke gets loose here. Duke Richmond with a phenomenal pass to Kelly. It looks right there that Hopkins isn't communicating the right way. Guys are flying all over.
Prevents it from rolling by him.
He's something else. He is something else. That wide base and ability to flop to the ball there. He is a Baltimore product coming home, played high school ball at Boys Latin. Not the typical pipeline Boys Latin to Rutgers. But Coach Breck stayed on him, recruited him during COVID, built a relationship. He was a starter as a freshman for a Big Ten team, and I'm sure there are many Stoller family members watching this one live.
Summer on the run, scores! The hat trick for Hayden Summer.
Cypress, Texas. Culver Military Academy, all rise. He has blown up in this contest. He's outscored his total heading into today. Just 2 goals. Now he's got, and they don't have a win against Syracuse. They didn't play Syracuse this year, right? They don't play Notre Dame like they have in the past. But the Hopkins schedule coming in, I mean, they're playing Final Four teams in Denver, right? Denver's not having the season now, so that win looked better then than it does now. And Georgetown just lost to Richmond. Yeah, Georgetown loses to Richmond. Loyola was 0-7 heading into the weekend. So you have all these games.
Virginia.
Yeah, it's not a typical Virginia win. So that's where you start having a little concern. The schedule.
Great passing finish by Chauvet, though. That'll help, Clark. I mean, if you want to turn things around, we said they just need to get 1 goal. They got to find it from somewhere here, and they got one from Chauvet, so it gives them life. It's their first goal. Yes. They can't let another 40 seconds just run off this clock down 3. Texas kid, Hayden Summer from Cyprus, where football is just king. Showing the world some lacrosse players can come out of there as well.
I think he's going to have some big-time confidence heading into conference play here, Cotter. I mean, he has 2 goals coming into today. He's got 3 on the afternoon. You've seen the body language, too, how he's looking at things.
That should do it. Colin Zeller on the run. And the Scarlet Knights celebrate.
He pops this one. I was watching a game earlier in the season against LIU. Zeller had a lefty on the run, ripper. And this one just runs past the double team. And Jelinas doesn't step to the ball. That's the second time there's no pop or movement to the ball. Just don't like the body language and the lack of stepping to the ball out of Jelinas there.
It's going to be a fun bus ride up the New Jersey Turnpike back to Piscataway, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. defense does their typical job. They're holding teams to 8 goals a season. It's been the offense that hasn't been alive, but they flipped the script today.
Shea fires it wide. Eiler. Yeah, he's going to score on that backhand. Another beautiful move by Charlie Eiler.
This was a spectacular move by Eiler, but I was calling for this in the third quarter. Like late in the third quarter, asking like, who's going to win your matchup? I felt like there was no attempt to even do these one-on-one moves in the third and fourth quarter until